Hello, podcasters. Welcome to the free download of the Parlotones interview on the RockFM Breakfast Show. Kahn and Neil pop by the studio to talk about their fifth studio album, Stand Like Giants, which is being released on the 28th of September 2013. They play some true or false and play an acoustic version of Lazy
Guys from the
Summer
West End
Days.
who have ended up basically being the biggest selling rock band in South Africa. Kahn and Neil standing in front of me. How did this happen, Kahn? What happened?
Sheesh, I guess, well...
I'm going to leave it open-ended for you. What happened?
Yeah, I guess just a lot of hard work. We've been at this since 98, that's when we formed, and we just were relentless. We played wherever we could, for wherever we could, as often as we could, and we focused a lot on the songwriting to ensure that our songs were accessible.
Sure. And it's the same lineup, I'm right, since the beginning.
Yes,
and that's almost unheard of.
I know. Normally it goes through, like a whole bunch of different changes, but
Yeah.
I think the only change was when Glenn was writing Matric.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't allowed to play for that year. So we were kind of a three-piece, and then we had a guy fill in a bass, and...
I'm glad you can remember that far back. I can't remember like Friday.
No, generally I can't either.
Is it a thing of that you all sort of grew up together into it? I mean, sort of there was space for everyone as everything sort of grows in.
Correct, yeah. And none of us were really trained musicians or were even that good on our instruments in the beginning. We kind of grew together.
You go into it.
Yeah.
Now, Neil, we're sitting literally, we're probably 600 meters from where you guys made history at the Coca-Cola Dome, where you guys first and only South African band to fill out the dome.
Yeah.
That must have been an experience.
Yeah, that was super amazing actually. Eh? We were on tour abroad when the album was going to be launched, and we didn't have really time to rehearse it much live or anything.
Sure.
So we landed here, and we basically played the new songs for the first time at the Dome, which was hell of a
must be amazing.
In front of that, yeah.
Because I know, a little bit of just being a musician, and you arrive, and there's a night where there's a whole bunch of bands out, and there's a big crowd, but everyone's there for everyone. The feeling that you must have had backstage, where everyone is there for you. You are headline. It must have just been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I remember walking up the ramp on the side of the stage to just sort of peek my head out and see if it was true. And it was really nerve-wracking, but it was amazing. A good feeling.
That is amazing. Guys, we're going to get into a bunch of stuff. But first, just to open up and get everyone a little bit relaxed, we're going to play a game called True or False. Now, these questions come to us from the producer of the show, and he's got a little bit of a warped mind, so some of the questions might be a little bit strange, but some of them are true, some of them are false, and I believe that he has aimed them sort of at you guys today. So let's have a look.
True or false? The original name of Los Angeles in 1781 was El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora Reina de Los Angeles sobre el Río Porciúncula, which translates to the town of Our Lady Queen of the Angels on the Porciúncula River.
Wow. Okay.
I would say that's false, sir.
And I take it because you guys have been in LA, he's decided that that's what he's going to do.
Sure.
That makes no sense to me. That's verbose.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. I mean, I'm just going to go pop over to blah, 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 blah,
Exactly.
blah,
By
blah,
the
blah.
sound
I'm one of those people that always goes, it could be real though. You know, it's like
I'm with you kind of simply because there's a lot of detail inside there. How would you pick up so much detail?
And it's also what language it is.
Spanish.
So
Spanish.
It's quite possible.
It is quite possible. I agree with Kahn, though. By the time you've said the name, you could have been there, bought milk, and come back.
Exactly.
I think that's... but let's see. So are we going true or false?
I'm going to go true.
Neil going true?
I'm going false.
Kahn going false.
That is really true.
No,
That, my
ways.
friends, is true. Wow.
That is unbelievable.
So we got, it's ridiculous. I'm not sure about that. Okay, here we go. Question number 2.
True or false? Originally, the word parlotone was used because le beep sounded silly.
Okay.
Le beep.
So, le beep was tucked out and parlotone was put in.
Le beep. That's true, eh?
Yeah, that is true.
We say there are people sitting around the table going, no, monsieur, we cannot use le bip.
Le Bip.
That's-
Le Bip will be playing tonight.
Come and join us live on stage with le bip. Okay, are we going true or false?
No, that's false.
That's false.
That is false.
It is indeed false. It's from the warped and crazed mind of my producer. I'm sorry about that. Okay, here comes our last question.
True or false, England was the first country to have television.
Okay. I mean,
Have one.
the US is big into TV,
Yeah, exactly.
but would it have been...
Probably some European. Oh, actually, I don't know. I'm gonna go
Well, I'd
false.
say like filmmaking probably started in America.
Well, then,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually,
I'm worried it's one of those questions where it's like the Chinese actually invented it and there was two men standing behind a thing going,
Yeah, I'm gonna say false.
you're going to go false on
I'll
that?
go true.
Neil, you're going to go true. Right, and that is really...
That is really true.
Oh,
Yes.
my word.
So how are we sitting for scores there, guys?
Neil's 3, I'm 1.
Neil, are you 3 for 3?
I'm three for three.
That is amazing. And the drummer is 3 for 3.
We drummers are just lucky.
91.9 Rock FM.
The most variety you'll find anywhere.
Fifth studio album is dropping on the 28th of September. Tell me a little bit about the album. What's the feel? Is it a follow on from a lot of your work? Is it a departure? What's the vibe?
Well, yeah, we've always kept kind of melody at the core of our songwriting, so that's still there. I wouldn't say it's that dramatic of a departure, but we always do try and experiment sonically while we're in studio with different sounds and stuff.
Has being overseas changed your process?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I think nothing's ever a conscious decision, but you are ultimately a product of the environment that you're in, and you ultimately, when it comes to creating, everything that you've absorbed will start to bleed out
Sure.
in its various guises.
Do you ever find that, I mean, now that you guys do, you're doing bigger stadium shows, Coldplay and stuff like that, do you find that when you're writing songs, you write for that environment?
I think certainly some songs.
Okay.
And I guess because we straddle both, we do play the big things, but we still do play the small clubs. So we kind of write with both hats on, if you know.
Kind of, you got the intention of both going.
Yeah.
I think that's, one of the things that I did read about this album is that each song is a single. Do you guys do that intentionally? Like there's no filler songs. Every single one of them could stand on its own.
Well, I mean, I guess, what's the point of writing a song that no one's going to listen to? But I think ultimately what happens is we always try to write that big song, that song that's going to just take you to the stratosphere.
Sure.
And so you end up writing a lot of those songs that are pushing for that kind of level,
And that's
which means you
important.
come up with a lot of singles.
That's important nowadays. I mean, I'm thinking a lot of people are downloading. That's the new way that we consume media. And then we consume it on our phones and tablets and those kind of things. So that sort of thing has changed. So it doesn't help filling your album with 10 songs that no one's ever going to hear like we used to, because then you could sell an album.
Exactly.
Now every single song has to be able to stand by its own. And you want everyone to download that song
Correct.
off
yeah.
that album. Tell me, we talked about Coldplay a little bit now. What was that like, stepping out with them? And also just the fact, I think, Neil, that you guys were handpicked by Coldplay to open for them. That must have been something.
Yeah, awesome.
Was-
Just to well, to hear that.
How did you guys find out?
Well, Chris Martin actually contacted. Who did he contact again?
Big concerts.
Big Concerts.
I thought you were going to say, like, he contacted me on my phone. I was
Yeah,
having
yeah,
breakfast
it's
and I
Chris,
just, oh, dude, I don't have the time for this now.
Yeah.
Where were you when you found out?
I think we were actually overseas, and because we had actually said we don't want to open for big bands in South Africa anymore. We wanted to be able, after the Dome, we wanted to be able to stand on our own, really.
Sure. It's
So-
the evolution. It's just the natural progression.
Exactly, yeah. And a lot of these bands, we knew that we sold more albums than they did locally, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
That would come out here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all buy into the hype of a big band, so we go to these big shows. But when it came to album sales, we had outsold them like 5-1.
Sure.
But obviously we were fans of Coldplay, and so our manager phoned us and said, "Look, I know we weren't going to open for bands anymore, but they've asked for you guys
Yeah,
personally.
But if you would just hear me out,
Yeah.
I'm upset you guys didn't get elephant costumes.
I know,
I'm
damn it.
upset,
They beat
dude.
us to it.
That would have been
Yeah.
amazing, man.
We're the band from Africa, not them.
Exactly. Come on, I think you guys should dress up with some sort. You should go there, just dress up as, I don't know, whatever they got
Like a
there.
lion, I know, like a British lion.
All just jump out in in eagle
Why are they
suits.
called the British lions?
Yeah, I don't
Should they-
actually.
Yeah, like
But they steal everything. I mean, you look at all their monuments and all their museums. It's full of Egyptian stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
I feel we're moving off. Now, I want to know, Coldplay, amazing. How did that compare to standing and playing at the World Cup opening?
Well, look, they both have their special elements. I think the difference between the two is with Coldplay, we actually got to play in the stadium, the sort of Soccer City F&B stadium.
Sure.
With the World Cup, we played obviously in Orlando Stadium. Look, I think the World Cup is one of those true highlights.
And you're being watched by billions.
Exactly.
Or a billion or something. I mean, that's a number I can't compute. I mean, I may have had 25 people stand in front of me when I was playing. I can't compute that. I mean, even thinking, yesterday, 28,000 people, that's still a billion.
No, it's amazing. Yeah.
Massive.
And although it was only one song, I think also the whole aura around it, the fact that it was this big historic event, the biggest sporting event in the world, in our backyard. We were there kind of representing our country in some small way.
Oh.
It's history.
It's
that
something
we
you
were
can
part
take
of.
with you. I mean, that's wherever you're.
91.9 Rock FM.
Neil, I want to ask you, what is LA like? Is it what we think it is? Is it just amazingly crazy, or?
No, well, LA is LA. The weather's the same as here. The people are a bit more different than here. But I mean, it's cool. It's kind of.
Is it what you expected?
No, it's not really. I mean, we've been here a couple of times before, and the first time I went, I was expecting this like glamour and glitz, and it's not. It's the same as here. There's no difference really.
I suppose, like we were talking off air, I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. If you're working, everything's the inside of a club, or everything's the inside of a studio, or
yeah, like I was saying, we're there, but we're not. We're always on the road. We're touring everywhere. So, okay, you actually. Our life is just a.
It's a job and it's a hard job.
Yeah, it's a blur,
but it's an amazing job.
Literally live out of a suitcase,
Well, that's the way. As long as you have a nice, strong suitcase, I think that's maybe the tip.
Yeah.
For if you want to get into like world touring, have yourself a good suitcase. So you guys have released Wine. You have more Summers, I'm guessing, than you have shelving space. You've been playlisted MTV Europe. You've toured LA. You've toured with Blue October. You're nice guys. What is next? What is the next big thing for the Parlotones?
Now we become arseholes.
We've done everything else. I suppose it's the next album. The album coming out on the 28th. That's the next thing.
That's obviously our next big focus is the next album, which will be touring and releasing not only here, but kind of across Europe and in the States over the next kind of year and a half. And I guess that's pretty much our lives.
Cool.
In perpetually, whatever the word is.
Perpetually moving in that direction. So, what gigs have you guys got lined up? Where can the people see you?
Well, there's none really left locally.
Okay.
Well, there's tonight at Barnyard Cresta.
Okay. So, get yourself down to Barnyard Cresta this evening. Yeah. Cool. Parlotones live.
And then we've got a couple peppered around the country, but then we leave kind of towards the end of September.
Okay.
While we're here, we're doing photo shoots and music videos. Everything's half price in South Africa.
All the admin.
Yeah.
Half price admin, I like it. Cool, you guys are going to play live for us. What are you going to be playing for us?
So it's called Lazy Sunny Days.
Take it away.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Flicker drips of molten sun. Thicker seas of stolen fun. Well, like tigers. Sipping champagne with the Queen of Hearts. And I made a little cartoon sparks. Well, like diamonds. diamonds, lazy sunny days. Oh, oh, my, my, my. Oh, my, 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 my. Oh, oh, my, my, my. You put a spell on me, my belle. My belle. My belle. And I love living in Josie Town. Spin a little spell, my wonderful belle. Daddy, daddy, long legs. Spiders. Spiders. Lazy sunny days. Oh, oh, my, my, my. Oh, my, 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 my. Oh, oh, my, my, my. You put a spell on me, my belle. My belle. My belle. My belle.
Thank you so much for downloading the podcast of The Breakfast Rock Show interview with the Parlotones. Remember, if you want to hear any of our other interviews, go to Spreaker.com, check out the Mike Marina Show, or check out our Facebook page. We post them there, Rock Space FM Space 91.9. Listen to us weekdays, Monday through Friday, 7 till 9.